Maggie Burrows brought some important information to the last one and mentioned that we were working with the erectile tissue in the clitoris and in the penis, and she also mentioned that there was erectile tissue in the nose and the ethmoid, or in areas around that, that governed how open or closed that area is, or swapping from side to side to regulate our breathing. So we will be including that in this webinar. And it was interesting, you know, that both the nose and the ethmoid, you know, the nose is the energy point for the face, for the yellow energies, and the ethmoid is the yellow energy center for the cranium. I don't know if there's any other erectile tissue in the body, but it's interesting that all three of those lie within the energy centers for the yellow energies, and are the main, you know, governing places: the face, the cranium, and the pelvis. And also I'd like to just mention one thing that Judy brought to this when she sent the email saying that before the late 90s, the clitoris was very much underplayed and thought of as a smaller version of the penis. And I was a little bit confused when I started, when I was going to run the last webinar, because my anatomy book is from the early 90s, really. So it had the old version. Well, actually, I still looked up his image of the clitoris, and it's still not very overwhelming, but I'm going to show you the difference in that, so that you can see, because, you know, I like to include the anatomy in what we're doing, and in a way, you know, I'm hoping as this progresses, people will start being able to take on a whole healing modality for themselves, that they can use the breath to do so. You know, because it's very in depth what we're doing with the energies, with the specific organs, with the energy points, and people are getting more and more used to this, and more adept at being able to feel the different qualities of energy in themselves, and also to be aware of different organs and different parts of their anatomy, which are fantastic skills, because if you can be aware of something within yourself, then you're bringing awareness to that area and life to that area, and it unfolds in all the different ways it does. So if you have a picture of an organ, like how the old pictures of the clitoris were shown, if you have that image, it diminishes your whole awareness and quality of that area, especially if you think of it as a lesser version of a penis, as it were. So I'll just show you. Now, I don't think he's actually changed the picture much, but it was really fantastic for Judy to send that article. So this is in, I mean, his pitch, you know, because I thought definitely with something like anatomy, you know, where apparently he's looking at past, you know, bodies that have died and are painting it, you would have thought that they could get the anatomy right, but in this case, not. So now if you look at that bottom picture there, can you see here you have the clitoris at the top, and In the other pictures, it stretches right down past the vagina, and the bulbs of the vegetable fill out this whole area. But it's like this little tiny thing in there. I don't know if you can see that. And it doesn't get anywhere near the base of the vagina. And also the bulb of the vestibule is quite withered in a way. So I was looking at that and I was thinking, you know, that's not a very good image for people to visualize. So I looked it up in line and I was aghast at how it's shown now. So as a picture of your female organ in that area, you can see now in this how the two stems of the clitoris go past the level where the vagina is. In the other picture, they're kind of here, and that is it. And the bulbs of the vestibule also fill out the whole area in between. So I've never looked in a dead body, so I'm not 100% sure, but this definitely is a better presentation of female sexuality in a way in that area. It's much more juicy, really. I'll go on then, Bronwyn.
I have to come in and say something here. I think you know, Freud's penis envy would be put into question given that new anatomy. Might be something for us to think about. The whole theory of psychology is based on women's envy of men's penises.
No, I think that was mentioned. I looked at a couple of YouTube videos giving the history of it, and yeah, Freud certainly had a pretty weird picture of it all. From Maggie to everyone. Oh, she's sending. Oh, all right, tell her, speak it, Maggie. Turn your mic on.
Oh yes, so it's I remember hearing that some female artist had built one for people to ride.
And to ride.
That it had this sort of lovely shape, like a kind of rocker-like shape. So I just looked up 3D clitoris, and there's actually a really nice picture in this article of a sort of 3D clitoris image. So I thought I would share it as I found it.
Great, thank you, Maggie. All right, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right, so that's clitorises and the confusion around clitorises, and I haven't got one, so I don't know, but I much more tend towards that second, well, I definitely tend towards that second picture for visualizations for healing. So the erectile tissue in the male, see, it also runs down the inside of the towards the sit bones here, from the pubic arch here, runs down almost to the corners of the sit bone, and then this goes inside with the urethra coming in here and rising up, but this outside bit, and it comes behind the penis, so it kind of joins there. It still stays as two kind of separate rolls, but they join together in the middle there. So it's kind of, they're mirroring each other. And I was definitely more aware of this bit until I started working with the yellow energies in this way, and it just became highly beneficial to become aware of the energies of the penis in this area.